So, this is a book review of The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This is a high fantasy type coming of age book. The setting is an unknown year in the magical world of the Proctorate, City of Sorrows and the surrounding landscape. So let's talk about a few things. On the surface, it is a book about a witch, Zane, a swamp monster, Gluck, and a tiny dragon who are raising a magical baby. But it is so much more, so much more, so much more. So let's talk about a few things. First, the baby offering, the baby offering. This book begins revealing the dark reality of the Proctorate, in which they offer a baby annually in hopes to a witch in hopes to keep her from terrorizing their town. That's the narrative that has been spoken over the people, and the people just accept their lot in life. But for the most part, however, in the beginning of this book, we're seeing that it's the time, it's the annual offering, and this mom, she's not so willing. She puts up a fight. This is a fight. Okay, so the elders, they have to overtake her and subdue her, and she's said to have gone mad when they're taking away her baby. All right, so they send her. She is eventually locked away in the tower of the sisters by the state. So Antane, a nephew of the elder in charge, witnesses it. He's an elder in training, witnesses all of this, and he is just, his life is forever changed. He will never be the same. He can't get the image of the mom hanging on the rafters trying to hold on to her child. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the accidental magicking. So the baby that is taken, Luna, there is a witch out there in the forest, unbeknownst to the elders. Although this is the narrative that they controlled and spoken to the people, right? This is a story that they tell. But there's an actual witch, and she's actually rescuing the baby. So long story short, she magics the baby's Luna. So Luna grows up, and she's actually raised by the witch, the swamp monster, and the dragon. Okay, now back to the mad woman. In her cell, Anton goes to visit many years later, right? And he goes to visit the tower, all right, of the sisters by the star. And he ends up in the mad woman's cell. The mad woman recalls him for the whole incident. Anyway, she has magic of her own. She has thousands of folded paper birds who attack Antane and leave him bloodied and scarred, etc. And the head sisters, they have no explanation for these seemingly magical events. Right? Now, let's talk about Antane's wife is expecting. Alright? Antane's wife is expecting. So, fast forward, of course, we know that Antane cannot really stomach this whole practice and does not agree, and he actually eventually resigns from the elders. But and becomes a very successful carpenter. But that's neither here nor there. His wife is now expecting, and now he knows what is expected of his family. So he hopes to come up with a way of changing things, and he seeks to go out and kill the witch who's taking the babies. Let's talk about the elders. The elders, and how they seize power. Okay? These elders are basically seize power because there's only a few of them who actually know the truth. The ruling class, right? They also own the property, and they own the road of escape to get out of this town, right? It's owned by the elders who are in charge. Third, they discourage questions and seek to keep the people ignorant. There's a scene where Antane is speaking with his uncle, the grand elder, about schooling, and he's looking, and he really actually enjoys learning and education. But the grand elder says to him, there is no need to be in school. In the first place, the purpose of this structure is to house and amuse those who have no future until they are old enough to work for the benefit of the proctorate. All right. So this is how the elders stay in charge. Okay, so depending on the maturity of the reader, I think there are different things that will stand out. For example, although Luna is the protagonist in the story, I feel that I was more drawn to Antane, if I'm going to be honest. I could relate more to Antane and his quest to change the world and to right the wrong. However, I think younger readers will be drawn to Luna. Luna, she's young and she's got this kind of innocent, and she has this ignorance of magic because of the spell that's been put on her. And although she's the magic child. Okay. So what do I think about this? What do I think about this? Would I recommend this book? Sure. I recommend it. I think it's a pretty good read. Although, if you're looking for like high drama, high action, this is not the book for you. This is not the book for you. This is not Hunger Games. This is not Hunger Games. Okay? It's about magic. It's about magic, but it's more like from a perspective of like a grandmother telling a story of magic from days old, hundreds and hundreds, centuries before. So it's a lovely book, and it has, and I think they have some great characters, yeah, some good characters all around. But like I said, it can go a little bit slow. But if you're patient, I think it's worth the read, and it's worth getting through it. So I'm gonna give it a, I'll say A minus, A minus. I mean, I was gonna say B plus, but I'll give it an A minus, A minus, A minus. All right. So check it out. I think it's worth the read. Take care. See you next time.